We are back, baby. We're less than 2 weeks out. Half marathon, Newburyport, Massachusetts. Let's go, baby. I am so ready. And by ready, I mean I'm mentally ready. Physically, we'll figure that out. A couple weeks ago, I ran a practice half marathon. We're gonna break that down in this episode real quick. But yeah, a whole lot's been going on. Had like disc golf pro tour playoff event at my job, so I was busy doing that. Then I was down in South Carolina vacationing and watching the United States Disc Golf Championship, so I was busy doing that. Then I'm the captain of a disc golf team. We're defending champions and we started our new season. We were 9-0 last year. And the first match of the year, we got to play the team we played in the championship last year. So had to focus on that. But now that all that's through, we're 2 weeks out. And now I can finally focus again on my half. And yeah, I just climbed a massive hill. But like almost 3 miles in, running like a 15-minute pace, which is faster than I want my half marathon pace, so that's good. I think the biggest thing is learning out, like, what am I gonna wear if it's cold out? Because I was cold, now I'm sweating, but I'm cold and sweating. It's like weird. I've never it's my first time running during the winter, so figuring out what to wear is gonna be important. Alright, y'all, I just finished my run. I was hoping to run 5 miles after work today, but I ran like 3.78. Had to cut it a little short because I had to make it to the bathroom at my house. So all those running makes you poop is very, 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 very true. Okay, so anyways, a couple weeks ago, I ran a practice half marathon, which is the longest distance I ever ran, and I wanted to break it down. My goal was to run it under 2 hours, and I ran it sub 1 hour and like 57 minutes. It was like an hour, 56 minutes, and some change. First things first, the course that I ran my practice half marathon was kind of around the neighborhoods over here, and it was over plus 1,200 feet of elevation gain. The whole half marathon track that I'll be racing in Newburyport is a plus 350. So a relatively super, super flat course compared to what I've been training on. For example, let's break down some mile times when I started this out. By the way, I did not prepare for this practice half marathon properly. I just kind of put on my shoes and I walked out the door and I started running. So with even that being said, I believe I can do a lot better than my practice. But here we are. So first mile, 9 minutes, 16 seconds. I'll have it listed here or here. Second mile, 9 minutes, 21 seconds. Third mile, 8 minutes, 57 seconds. Fourth mile, I was really questioning and debating what the heck I was even doing out there. 9 minutes, 43 seconds. That was my slowest mile of the whole half, which is mile 4. And that mile alone had over 256 foot of elevation gain. So that 1 mile almost has the whole entire elevation gain that the half marathon course that I'm racing in 2 weeks will have. So that's actually kind of promising. And I remember thinking to myself, there's no way I'm going to break 2 hours after the first 4 miles. I was very, very, very behind. And then something shifted in my brain and I said to myself, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And that's basically what I used. That was my mantra for the rest of the run to get myself through it. Mile 5, 8:32. Mile 6, my fastest mile, 8 minutes, 29 seconds. And that was also with a 249 foot elevation gain during that mile alone. So yeah, 6 miles in, I started to kind of gain momentum and I started to pick up time back in my favor, because to run sub 2 hours, I believe it's every mile has to be sub 9 minutes per mile. And with my 5th mile being 8:32 and my 6th mile being 8:29, that's like almost a minute of time I made up in 2 miles. So that was very good. Mile 7, 8:51. Mile 8, 8:50. Mile 9, 9:07. These miles, I was just trying to hold on and maintain that 9-mile pace because I knew I was going to need to bank that little bit of 10 seconds per mile to make up all the time that I had lost in the first 4 miles. Mile 9, 9:07, a little bit over what I had hoped. Mile 10, 8:40, right? Mile 11, 9:10. So again, a little bit over where I was looking at. Then, this is something I'm very proud of. My last 2 miles, miles 12 and miles 13, I ran an 8:33 and an 8:39, with the last 0.1 of a mile being 8 minutes flat, with a total of 1,200 plus foot elevation gain for the whole 13-mile run. And like I said, the half marathon race is 300 plus elevation gain for the whole 13-mile run. So the fact that I'm gaining almost the same amount of elevation per mile as it will be for that whole race that's in 13 days, I am feeling very optimistic and positive that I can break my goal of running a sub 2-hour marathon. Now, I also had made other goals, sub 150, which I still think is achievable, but it's going to take some work. And then a sub 1 hour and 40 minutes. That's kind of insane for my first one, and achievable had I not got distracted with work and vacation and disc golf and all that stuff over the last month. But with that being said, I still feel pretty good. And with Pacers being at this race and the fact that the course is so relatively flat and everybody knows that you run faster on race day, I'm pretty confident that I can break an hour and 50 minutes. But if I don't, worst case scenario, sub 2 hours, please. And I'm more or less just going for the experience. And then obviously time being second. But finishing it and getting that medal for my half marathon medal so I can check it off my list and move my way up to full marathon is the number one goal, right? Because when I first started out this running journey 4 months ago, or however long it's been, my goal was just to finish the half marathon. And then now my goal has switched more and more and more. It's not as more or less of can I finish, it's about how fast I can finish and how am I going to achieve that. A few things that I've learned is fueling properly is going to be key. And by fueling properly, I mean eating the right snacks and then bringing the right snacks. On my practice half marathon, I brought crackers. Don't do that. That was a bad decision. I'm thinking maybe grapes because there's a lot of water and grapes, and I like grapes, and fruit is going to be very nutritious to help you out on your run. Bringing enough water. I have a running vest that carries probably 2 liters of water, and I remember savoring water because I didn't know how much was in the back of my pack that I was able to, use throughout the race. I'm going to race with a water pack on my back because I don't want to stop and slow down and do the cups things. I want to go right through this half marathon because I'm going to need every valuable second to finish underneath my goal. A couple other things is obviously make sure you use the bathroom before you go, because even on my little 5-mile run right there, I had to cut a mile short and I barely made it back in time. Just saying. Dressing properly. What am I going to wear in the cold weather? I started training in the summer. It's very easy to figure out what you're going to wear in the summer. Shorts, t-shirt, bang, you're done. How are you going to dress to where you're not overheating and sweating so much, and then you're also not cold and freezing so your body temperature is warm. So figuring out what I'm going to wear is probably going to be close to top priority over the next week versus alongside of stretching and properly fueling my body the next 2 weeks. And then another last thing that I thought was kind of funny and I didn't even think of until I went on my run is you need to trim your toenails. Long toenails are going to cause pain, and I found that out the hard way during my practice half marathon. So trim my toenails, properly fueled, make sure I bring in enough water and dressing correctly, and just having the mindset of that I'm here for the experience, and this is like more of a personal, spiritual journey versus competing against all these high-class runners that are going to be running the race. Now, with that being said, obviously I want to run a good time, and by a good time I mean something that's below my personal goal. So that's where we are at. If you're still watching, thank you for following this journey along. It's been quite a good time with all the races, the people that I met, and I'm looking forward to getting back into running, racing, and all that stuff once the busy parts of my life pass. But with that being said, yeah, half marathon, 13 days out, baby. I am excited.